Hello everyone, my name is Zihang Li. I am a graduate student of Beijing Institute of Technology. It's my pleasure to talk about my research on the 7th IEEE International Symposium on Systems Engineering. Also thanks to isse 2021 for giving us an opportunity to show on virtual conference in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. The title of my paper is a Bibliometric Analysis on Model-Based Systems Engineering. My presentation has 6 parts: introduction, background, research, methodology, results and discussion, conclusion and acknowledgement. First, introduction. Today, the complexity and uncertainty of systems are growing rapidly, which is a great challenge to the systems engineers. MBSE began to be used in complex systems such as aerospace to solve these problems. The research regarding MBSE is limited to specific techniques such as tools, languages, methodologies, and etc., which lacks analysis from a global perspective. In this paper, we make use of Bibliometric to provide a comprehensive analysis of MBSE. Bibliometric is a visual big data analysis method of publications using statistical methods, which is useful for study to identify the connections between data and the information they can provide. This paper aims to find out the most influential authors and sources. Moreover, analyzing the interrelationships between research hotspots is another purpose. Second, background. In 1993, the model-based systems engineering emerged. Oliver proposed a conceptual model about MBSE in his in-course paper to describe the systems engineering processes. In the same year, Wayne published his book named Model-Based Systems Engineering, which introduced the terms used in systems engineering and a basic mathematical theory for discrete system simulation. Then, a precise definition of the current concept is derived from a Systems Engineering Vision 2020, which was launched by INCOS in 2006 and published in 2007. Several researchers have conducted reviews on MBSE literature. Up to now, literature reviews in the field of MBSE have focused on specific technologies or applications. There is no comprehensive research on MBSE fields from the perspective of bibliometrics and their interrelationships. Third, research methodology. First, let's talk about the data collection. In this study, we have collected the dataset that describes the research that has been done in the MBSE during the past 5 years. The last day is May 12, 2021. First, we collect the information from scopers. The search strategy is shown as follows. Scopers can auto-export this information to a CSV file. We found that the publications published by INCOS in the last 5 years are not included in the Scopers database. Given that INCOS International Symposium is an important conference held by the INCOS related to the MBSE, it is important to add the publications from INCOS IS to our dataset. Through using MBSE as a keyword for searching, we manually added the publications from the INCOS database to the Scopers data. Finally, CSV file in a particular format can be identified by the tool. As for data processing, it concludes 3 parts. First, consistent cleaning of author names. It is mainly caused by inconsistencies in different sources of the articles. We take the results given by scopers as a final format. Second, consistent cleaning of sources. For the conference papers, the sources of them are mostly defined by the year and session of the conference. We delete the information of year and session and only keep the main title of the source in the same format. Third, consistent cleaning of keywords. This is a core part of data processing. A large amount of data exposes an important research challenge: terminology uniformity. Many publications are inconsistent on whether to add as and some other format. Therefore, the unification of keywords is another important task of this paper. In this paper, view as viewer is used to implement a bibliometric analysis of MBSE. Several nodes with high relatedness will form a cluster, which is classified by different colors. View as viewer represents the strength of the relationships between nodes, which can be authors' publications keywords, by using the distance-based network. We used three methods on the tool. Co-authorship analysis. The relatedness of nodes is determined based on the number of their co-authored documents. Citation analysis. The relatedness of nodes is determined based on the number of times they cite each other. Co-occurrence analysis. The relatedness of nodes is determined based on the number of documents in which they occur together. Here comes our results. Subsection A describes the noteworthy research teams on MBSE. Subsection B shows the noteworthy sources on MBSE. Subsection C gives the comprehensive situation and predictable trend of MBSE. In all, this paper collected 1,074 publications in total from 2016 to 2021. The number of publications on MBSE was on a steady increase year by year. In 2016 and 2017, the average number of citations reached 3.8. By using co-authorship analysis, we set authors with at least 6 publications to appear on the network. We obtained the key research teams in MBSE, which are represented by the core authors, as shown in Figure 2. There is currently almost no cooperation between the key research teams. Each research team is at a high level, which means at least 10 categories of technologies have been recognized in MBSE community. Thus, MBSE is in a significant expansion stage. The source's minimum publication threshold is set to 10, based on the citation analysis of VOS viewer. This paper studies the number and strength of citation connections among these sources. There are 22 sources that are connected due to mutual citation. Each node in the network represents a different source, whose size represents the number of publications. IEEE International Systems Conference, IEEE Aerospace Conference, IEEE International Symposium on Systems Engineering, and INCOS International Symposium are the most popular sources of MBSE. The average citations of these sources reach about 2.4. Systems Engineering and Procedure CIRP are the two with the most average citation sources, both of which are more than 4. Figure 4 shows a co-occurrence network of author keywords in which the minimum threshold of occurrence times of keywords is set to 5. 5 clusters have been identified and are illustrated by different colors. Table 1 shows the results of the colors. We define the topic of the cluster as the second column according to the highest frequency keywords in each cluster as a third column. The current research topic of MBSE are divided into 5 categories. The core of MBSE is still the modeling language. SysML, which appears most times, is associated with 41 keywords. The topic of modeling and simulation, the red cluster, is evenly distributed across the other 4 clusters, which can be considered as a basic activity of MBSE. From a functional point of view, it is worth noting that safety analysis is presented as a cluster topic with modeling and simulation and design. Meanwhile, systems, personal and national security are increasingly being compromised due to the digitally interconnected nature of our infrastructure. Thus, cybersecurity, which is as important as physical safety, may also become one of the research clusters in the future. From the perspective of application, MBSE has been widely used in cyber-physical systems, embedded systems, digital engineering, and mechatronics systems. In addition to the above, MBSE also contributes to the management of various models, which is shown in knowledge management (PLM), requirement management, and inconsistency management. Interestingly, lots of keywords are not directly connected to the highest frequency keywords of the topic, but indirectly and strongly related to the topic through other nodes association relations. Therefore, these indirect links may be the focus of considering interdisciplinary and technical crossover in the future, which will have the emergence of new achievements. From the perspective of the timeline, the number of nodes related to MBSE increased significantly in recent years, which are from 372 in 2016 to 698 in 2020. Figure 5 shows the average of the year in which each keyword appears. We mainly study the nodes with orange color or above to observe the latest research focus. The latest research hotspots are shown in the dotted box. The dotted box above is at the intersection of the red, green, and purple clusters. It shows that there is an intersection among the technologies of these three topics and new research points are emerging, such as conceptual design, functional modeling, and systems thinking. The dotted box below covers almost the entire digital engineering cluster, which also means that MBSE has entered the area of combining digital methods to solve engineering problems. It also shows a fact that the current industry is developing the digital transformation. As for other separate latest keywords, reliability is now part of safety considerations as well, and the role of MBSE in production line engineering has also begun to get attention. In addition, ontology has the highest occurrence frequency in recent years among the topics whose occurrences is more than 20, which means that the ontology's ability to express standardized information model is more and more valued by researchers. The researchers passionate for modeling language, such as SysML and UML, has decreased. Now comes to part 5, conclusion. The results of research teams' analysis show that MBSE has been widely carried out all over the world and gradually formed several noteworthy teams. There was not extensive collaboration among the research teams, whose average citations of publications are high, reflecting the practical meaning of their studies. Some high-quality sources in the MBSE field, which have jointly contributed nearly half of publications and citations. The essence of MBSE is system engineering. Modeling and simulation are always the topic of MBSE. In the future, the research focus may shift from the language, tools, and methodology to the application of digital engineering. Then, the cybersecurity must raise the attention. A large number of existing technologies crossover is also one of the predictable trends in the future. Thanks to the IOF Systems Engineering Working Group to support the data analysis. Thanks for watching my presentation. It's my pleasure to talk with you. I wish isse2021 virtual conference a great success.